Hey Ensign Squad, how you doing? So while replaying Mass Effect 1 for the billionth time, I noticed a couple of details that I've never thought about before while visiting Noveria, and I thought that I'd share those with you guys. By the way, remember to check out my other Mass Effect videos after you've watched this one. And don't forget to like the video and clicking the bell button after subscribing so you know whenever I release a new video. Alright then, let's get on with it. The first thing we'll look into is more of a tip. When helping Gianna Parasini in investigating Director Anoleis, you can increase your mission rewards with a simple trick. After you've accepted Gianna's offer, you will then have to go meet Lorik Keen, who needs you to retrieve his data.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence...
After working through the guards and collecting said data, you should go straight to Anoleis himself. If you have high enough Paragon or Renegade points, you can strong-arm Anoleis in giving you a garage pass by special dialogue, but without giving Anoleis the evidence of his corruption.
I've acquired Keen's evidence of your misconduct. Let's talk.
Mr. Keen is under criminal investigation. You cannot believe any fabrications he would spin in his defense.
Mr. Anoleis, all I care about is finding Benezia. Is that something you can help me with?
You need a pass to enter our garage. As a gesture of goodwill, I will provide one. Noveria prizes its good relations with the Citadel.
We could have saved time by beating him into cooperation.
I trust you will attend to your own business now.
This will in turn give you a massive XP boost, and because you didn't give Anoleis the data, you can run over to Lorik Keen again and in turn strong-arm him to testify against Anoleis.
News on that matter I asked you to look into.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Anoleis.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
If necessary, yes. Do what I tell you to, or Anoleis will find what he's looking for.
It is good to have all our cards on the table. I regret that you have a better hand. Very well, I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
Even if you play as a Paragon, betraying the corrupt Anoleis just feels good. He was a douchebag anyway.
This is an outrage! I'll see that you never work in this sector again!
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the...
But here comes an additional detail. You can actually have both Anoleis and Parasini killed. The only thing you have to do is just straight up tell Anoleis that Parasini is investigating him, which results in this scene.
I am in the middle of 9 things, all of them annoying. What do you want now?
Your secretary is a plant for the executive board. Internal affairs, she said.
That is good to know. Would you mind stepping outside? I'm afraid I will have to let Miss Parasini go. It can't wait. Your mind has not been fully on your duty to me.
I don't understand, sir.
I'm not losing this job.
Anoleis, if I don't report in, the board will figure it out. Put the weapon...
I said I'm not losing this job!
And while we're on the topic of this mission, remember Matsuo? She's the guard that tries to take your guns away when entering Port Hanshan. After certain plot points on Noveria, you can visit Matsuo and she will give her own thoughts on how things are progressing and what's happening.
Commander, I'm glad you stopped to talk. I wanted to tell you how unfortunate it was that Anoleis-sama was caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Rest assured, I bear you no ill will.
Unfortunate. He was a criminal, Captain.
The Executive Board is not concerned with galactic law, Commander. That's why this planet was settled, after all. As far as they are concerned, Anoleis-sama went too far. On Noveria, you may do what you wish, so long as you do not disturb public order. I only request that you limit the number of disturbances you provoke. I would consider it a favor.
She stands just between the Normandy and the entrance to the port. There are some cool squad dialogue you can get here, but the characters with the most responses are supposedly Liara and Rex. Liara is pretty self-explanatory since we're hunting her mother.
Anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Passed.
But Rex is just aggressively hilarious as always.
Anoleis would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
You're breaking the law for bribe money. You know what we do to dirty cops on my world?
His dialogue plays a bigger role during the Peak 15 part though, since we encountered the Arachni there. While we're still in the port, if you run up to the balcony in the hotel bar, you'll find an angry Krogan. He even has a name, Ina Morda, which would make you think that he is important somehow. But no, he just stands there. If you try to interact with him, he aggressively tells you off until he literally threatens you.
I said beat it! Go find something else to do, stupid mammal. If you don't stop poking me, I'll throw you off that balcony.
While we're still on the subject of NPCs, make sure you pester the guards around the port. They will have several different lines depending on where you are in the story, and just like the Krogan, they grow tired of you soon enough.
Don't make us regret letting you keep those guns. We've got a secret weapon. Sergeant Sterling's a biotic, and not a real friendly one either. You better toe the line with the administrator. If you don't, you might end up like Laura Keene. There are people all over this plaza you can chat with. I'm on duty.
As we proceed to the garage, we get attacked by Geth forces. Most people just jump into the Mako and continue with the mission. But if you turn around, you can see Captain Matsuo approaching you, whom you can engage in conversation with before leaving. Check it out.
What did you do here, Commander?
Only what I had to. I didn't ask the Geth to attack.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
The Asari bitch came with a bunch of cargo. They were probably packed in those.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia-sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
We may be seeing a lot more of these things in the coming months.
For 3 centuries, everyone has said the Geth don't come out of the Veil. What is happening out there? I must report to the executive board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
When we finally reach Peak 15, there are a couple of roundabout ways to do the mission, but you'll be rewarded with a bunch of XP for doing this. The most common way to reach Benezia is to help the doctor, whom will then give you a pass to get into Benezia's area.
Is there a cure, Doctor? A treatment?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
You will have to make a cure for him down in the quarantine labs and give it to him so he can help his patients. After making the cure, an Asari shows up and supposedly kills the Turian guard outside to get to you.
Your mission ends here, Shepard.
We'll see about that, bitch.
What happened to Ventralis' man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
The second way to reach Benezia is to go down to the hot labs, which Captain Ventralis gives you a pass for. So what you can do in order to maximize your rewards for this mission is to help the doctor first, get his pass, then go down to the hot labs, which Ventralis suggested to you first. As you move into the hot labs, there is a scientist guy sitting on a chair, whom promptly gets chest bursted by a Arachni behind him. A lot of new players tend to forget that you have to pick up the codes on his body, which you'll need to activate the Neutron purge. When the VI asks for a clearance code, choose the mumble something option and you'll get this.
Activate the Neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
6 Emperor Turian 3.
That is not the correct code. Please report to security for arrest and interrogation.
Shepard, are you drunk? Anyway, after retrieving the clearance codes and activating the purge to kill the surrounding Rachni, you make your way back to the upper levels where you'll find Captain Ventralis trekking a gun on you. He was working for Benezia the entire time.
I'm sorry about this, Shepard. We've got orders from Benezia. Open fire!
After killing him and his squad, you can then again head down into the quarantine labs again, which will lead to this scene.
Will I get a "you know too much" speech?
Shut up.
After killing the commando, you might have noticed that the dead Turian guard is suddenly hostile. After shooting on his corpse, he gets back up and starts fighting you. This is a consequence of going to the hot labs after completing the doctor's mission, and the NPC wasn't really dead from when you were creating the cure for the doctor. But here's something else you can do. If you don't want to spend time helping the doctor or running down to the hot labs and skip Ventralis' betrayal altogether, you can just run up to the heavily guarded room in the back. You can actually hack the door with either Medigel or just manually doing it, which makes you skip all the previously mentioned steps. Just remember to run like hell through the door, because those turrets will bombard you at the same time as several guards will start opening fire on you. If you brought Liara, she will have a talk with her mother.
Enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told her about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
But the more interesting dialogue, in my opinion, comes from Rex, as he voices his thoughts on the Rachni during the conversation with the Queen.
Rachni.
The Krogan wiped out the Rachni 1,000 years ago.
The sky is quiet now. Our mother's songs are lost. And those who slew us now walk to meet the same fate.
We're not gonna die, bitch! There are acid tanks rigged up on that thing. Set them off. Millions of my ancestors died to put these things down. Don't let them come back.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
After completing the mission, you can visit Port Hanshan again. If you go over to Lilihierax the Turian next to the garage, you will unlock a strange dialogue scene since you completed the Peak 15 mission.
You? What brings you back?
Vehicle repairs, of course.
That's what I like to hear. Let's see what you need.
Supposedly, this is a throwaway line from when BioWare may have had plans for an extra feature in the game, where you would have to repair the Mako. It's a bit silly and awkward, to be honest, but a fun tidbit nonetheless. And that's it for this video. If there's any future stuff you'd like to see explored, remember to leave it as a comment below. And as always, have a great day, Sven Squad. Mr. Holton, out.